vacation time, which is, you don't get too many places, because I worked in one private company, a dental lab, where I started work 7 in the morning and I finished at 6 in the afternoon, and you got 1 week off after 1 year working. So this was, to get all this time off seemed pretty good. Like I said, the kids were different then. There were only a few, and they tested you all the time on what you look like, who you are, what do you think you're doing. I'm not doing this. I'll see you in the parking lot. You knew kids had weapons in the building. There was no metal detectors or anything like that. So it was a little, right now I think it's a little more structured. From the early 80s, you didn't have as many meetings. You had one faculty meeting in the auditorium for everybody, and one departmental meeting, and everything else was kind of up to you. There were lesson plans. There was no set lesson plan. You put together what you needed to put together, and that was it. You need a lot of patience. You have to be a little bit creative, and you have to be on stage. The curtain goes up. You have to entertain. A lot of these kids come from a generation of being visually stimulated. They don't listen when someone is talking, but they listen when there's things going on and of interest to them. Otherwise, it's very difficult to reach them. That's one of the major problems, I think, you have in education in general, reaching the kids and getting them interested and getting them focused and getting them to do what you want them to do. Not getting shot, because there was an incident in 90, 91 where we did have what is now Mr. Simpson's room was my old room, and I was standing by the door and waiting for the change of class when there was a pop and a light broke above me, the phosphorescent light, and I kind of went back into the doorway a little more and held the kids back because they wanted to go out and see what was going on. But a few doors down, there was someone shooting, and the student he hit was not his intended target, but the student fell right at my feet in front of Mr. Simpson's door, just as I was closing the door. And then we kind of sequestered in that room until the police came and did what they had to do, the investigation, and removed the body, and so he passed away right outside the door. And if I would have been a few steps out, it could have been me. So that was one of the, I think it doesn't get any worse than that. Don't take things personally. Same kids that might curse you out one day, the next day they forgot all about it and they move on. So you can't keep that feeling. You have to be able to shut it out too, and not take it that serious, and know that every day is different, and if you can pass that first year, that first hurdle, you're okay. You think you're teaching these kids and nothing registers, and what's the use? But one day I remember I was walking out towards the parking lot to go home, and along Pennsylvania Avenue, a truck pulled up right next to me. Someone got out and they started running towards me. I go, oh, what's going on here? And what it was one of my students who came back, ran out of the car, recognized me, Mr. Kramser, shook my hand and said, I just want to thank you for what you did for me while I was attending at Jefferson. I wasn't a good kid and this and that, but I have a family now and everything is going good, and I remember what you told me. So, I felt good that once in a while you do reach kids, maybe you don't think you do. Maybe they don't all come back to tell you that, but maybe it made a difference in someone's life. And if you did, it's all worthwhile.